I ain't giving you guys a clap today. I ain't doing it. Today we having a serious conversation. What are we talking about? We're talking about Spider-Man 2 for the PlayStation. For those of you who've been living under a rock, that game has officially launched. And there's some issues going on with it. Now, I have beat the game. So feel free to put in the comment section below if you guys would want a full review of me from not, you know, it would be spoiler free, of course. I have beat the game. But when I was playing this game, I experienced a lot of like little annoying bugs. Like little frustrating bugs. But with Starfield, I ignored most of them because there was some game-breaking stuff that happened during Spider-Man, but it never got me to the point where I didn't want to continue playing. And I feel like that is the issue. The issue is, are you going to continue playing or are you going to quit? And I never got to the point where I felt like I did not want to continue playing Spider-Man. So I assumed that's where that conversation was going to end. You know, I did notice the first night I was playing Spider-Man, there was a lot of people finding bugs. But I dismissed it as people just looking for them. You know, and that's another thing that we're going to bring up. People are saying that individuals are quote-unquote breaking Starfield. I mean, man, Spider-Man, Starfield, it's hard to talk about both of them because they both start from S. But Spider-Man, here's my thing. There's a weird glitch people are doing with photo mode. Now, if you're doing that where you're going into the photo mode of Spider-Man and you're rotating characters so you can make it under the illusion they're clipping with other stuff, yeah, you are in the wrong for that. You shouldn't be doing that. That is the most disingenuous stuff that you could possibly do. But if you're just going out of a script a little bit, out of the area a little bit, you know, I saw people using the bicycle and going out of the script a little bit, and they were glitching through the ground. The game lets you go there. This is an open world game too. You mean tell me that even on missions, because if you know, in most games like this, they've sectored the map off a little bit in certain missions where it's like if you go past that point, they're saying you got to return or the mission aborts. That is normally what they do to enforce leaving that area during that mission. What they don't do is instead of doing that, they're like, we won't let you fall through the map. That is not a way to enforce not leaving an area. That is not intentional. The game is broken at that point. And for people saying, well, Addict, they try to break it. That's not an excuse either. If there's areas that you could go during a mission, those areas should not have you lagging in walls, falling through walls. It's just falling through the map itself. Like, let's not blame the people for exploring what they normally do in every type of game. How many times I've talked to people that says, man, I look through every nook and cranny. Like, that's just how I play games. You know, I look for, you know, Easter eggs on missions. That's how they play. So we're going to punish those people for, you know, exploring the map during a mission? Nah, we ain't doing that. That game should have been tested more during those areas. Now, like I said, if we're talking strictly about the photo mode stuff, yeah, they are going above and beyond to make the game look broken. But let me tell you what I came across when I played Spider-Man 2. I came across prompts not working. I fell through the map a couple times. My PlayStation 5 crashed a couple times. There was time where I fought a key player in Spider-Man 2, and it was teaching me a new move. And every time I would press that new move, it wouldn't go through. So I would have to reset last checkpoint to continue that fight. Now keep in mind, when you're fighting these individuals and they're teaching you these moves, you might die. Because some of the moves are very devastating. I will say damage in Spider-Man 2 is kind of crazy at points. So you might have to restart a couple times because you did die. And when you restart, it could happen again. It could be to where you're not being able to press that prompt. And now you got to restart again. There was one particular fight in Spider-Man 2. I was probably resetting the game over and over again just to get a good run. And then if you die on that run, guess what? You got to do that again. You know, I saw when it comes to those prompts, if you press them immediately, like the moment they pop up, it seems like they have a less chance of, glitching out. I had points where I, attacked NPCs and they fell through the wall. I had points where my button prompts weren't popping up at all. I had points where the audio was messing up a little bit. I don't know what that was about. Now, I know what people are saying. It's like, Addict, that's all fun. That's all dandy. But is Spider-Man 2 playable? Yeah, it's playable. The good thing about Spider-Man 2 is they have very frequent checkpoints. So even if one of these issues did occur, you could just reset to the last checkpoint. You only lose maybe a minute or two of gameplay. Like, I'm not even joking. For the most part, the checkpoint system saves this game from having huge issues coming from me. Now, if you want a truly immersion Spider-Man 2, that's probably where I would say, wait a couple months for them to patch whatever happened. Because apparently the reviewers didn't come across a lot of these bugs, but after the day one patch, that's when they happen. And that's kind of crazy that your day one patch is going to break your game more than help it. I don't know what that's about either. But I would say wait for them to fix whatever that day one patch did. Here's my thing when it comes to this. It's like, it's one thing to, say, okay, there's some bugs in the game, let's play it. It's another thing to go on a campaign saying there's no bugs in Spider-Man 2. Or they're not, what's the word I'm looking for? They're not as calming as you would think. I did Iron Lord's podcast. I did that Sunday. And there were 2 people on a 4-person panel that had issues in Spider-Man 2 in the first hour. Now, you can sit there and say that maybe we're being disingenuous, and you guys know that. You guys know that our integrity's high. We're going to keep it real. We might spice it up and joke around for some stuff, but we're never going to just blatantly lie to you. That's the funny part. It's just like, instead of holding Insomniac accountable, it's like, this game's amazing. It's just, I wish you would have, really made sure and tested that day one patch. Instead of doing that, we're just going to attack each other over it. Spider-Man 2 isn't a great game. It is. But it has bugs. There's no way around that. Just like Starfield. Starfield was a great game, but it had bugs. Now, I will say, me in my particular case playing Spider-Man 2, I encountered some issues in Starfield. One encounter was worse than anything I encountered in Spider-Man, but it was remedied. But I can also say that besides that one critical game-breaking bug I did come across on Starfield, I didn't have anywhere near the issues in Starfield that I'm having with Spider-Man. I would say that Starfield probably had more game-breaking bugs, but it had less bugs in general. And if you count the random stuff that goes out throughout the map where people like losing their head and stuff, and that's a glitch. But I'm talking about stuff that takes you in where you can't continue the game anymore. That's generally what I would consider a bug. Stuff that is just temporarily, that's just a laugh. I don't really consider that. Is it a bug? Yes, but I wouldn't knock it off. Now, Spider-Man's a little bit different because I would say there's more immersive stuff in Spider-Man. Starfield is about the adventure. Spider-Man has a character that you play as, has a story that's been directed to you by the player. It's got multiple narrative focusing on Spider-Man. So I would say that could break immersion a lot more. But that's my rant for the day. Spider-Man 2 has bugs no matter how you put it. I don't care what your favorite influencer's saying. I don't care what your favorite Twitter personality's saying. The game's got bugs. Now, is it going to prevent you from enjoying the game? No. Most of the bugs are just annoying, but they're not like game breaking. There are some game breaking stuff because I do consider you have to reset last checkpoint is a game breaking bug, but it's not to the point where you don't feel like you're going to get anything out of it because, like I said, the checkpoint system is very, very generous. But anyway, put in the comment section below what you guys think. Have you guys been coming across some bugs on Spider-Man? Have you? Very curious to hear if you've been coming some bugs on Spider-Man. But anyway, put in the comment section below. And until next time, this is Gaming Addict. I'm out of here. Peace. Spider-Man got bugs, guys. They got bugs.